Somewhere between Takwa and Bogoso in the western region, two small towns are squeezed at the edge of the road. Towns with very interesting names that makes them noticeable and leave travelers wondering how these communities earn these names. Afamasi and Akotom are the names of the communities. They are twin towns. These names, loosely translated in Akan, means it has passed through my under and entered. This assumed meaning is so removed from the real intent of the chiefs who gave this town its name.
Afamasi Akotom de ekire se ekuro no ekuro ni ekuro baako na ni di ni bomu sa nanso tem bia ye bibia wa ban ma ekuro ni di ni ka bu san se ekuro no abom ti ena nam so ma na Afamasi Akotom.
The town is a twin town, but often when mentioned, they confuse them to be one because of the closeness of these two towns.
Meet Nana Bedu. He's resting in a lazy chair, watching the sunset and talking with his friends.
In the past, when our forefathers went to war, they would converge under this tree called Afamasi. After sounding a castellant for meetings, the warriors would sit under the tree to fashion out strategies, actions aimed at overcoming their enemies. The name of the tree is Afam. Akotom is another twin town formed by Amwa and Bompia forefathers. These two towns are close to Huni Valley. We basically do everything in common. We should note that each town has its chief.
Akotom just means it has entered. You may want to ask, entered where? Many who have stopped by this signpost ask this question while taking their selfies. But also in this instance, the real meaning has been embellished with mischievous profanity.
Abra, mnanan say ye kwai. Sata no matwa kwan ba epomia aye Akotom dada. Na ahana na ekrubia da.
There were no towns here before the construction of the road and the bridge in 1939. My forefathers arrived and decided to live here. In those days, they used to get a lot of big crabs, which they sold to the travelers.
How was na PWD? Na womna edokwa ye ho. Nti obetan say, "Hey, satam na nanu omko sieti ma pa. Koto pa be say wayima. Ne de be sikwa ho ye ton."
In those days, they used to get a lot of big crabs, which they sold to the travelers. So the travelers and the PWD workers who were working on the road often said there were lots of crabs here, and that's how come the initial name of the community, Namebetre, changed to Akotom.
That is the chief of Akotom, Nana Chinebo Akodia II. That's not all. About 80 kilometers northwest from Akotom, in the Amenfi West district, is another town, Suaba, which loosely translated is even worse. It means the seed of the penis. It is a typical farming community. Here, I find Alex Kwesi Ejapon, a 46-year-old man who has lived at Suaba all his life.
According to the history that we came here, they said this town was a company town, and we saw so many men. It's only men, totally men, and no even at all female. And so you see a man working with his pennies around, and people say, "Hey, kotie suaba, kotie na suaba, kotie na suaba." There, the people know that kotie is mainly for it's only males here that they live here. And the female were very, 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 very small, and so they call it kotia suaba, kotia suaba, kotia suaba. And because of that, they changed it to Atobreko.
But if I should understand, you are giving me two narrations here. You first spoke about the cocoa, now you are speaking about male living here. So how does this connect?
The first one that they call it koti suaba, it was a company town. And when the cocoa starting to be producing and the purchasing clerk came, there they plan to change the name.
The older people here, who have seen the community evolve over the years, find it intriguing that people attach such meanings to the names of their beloved community. Here is 70-year-old Nana Jesse.
To
many, to mention pennies in our local dialect is a sort of taboo. We had wanted to take away the koti so that it will be suaba. We were very proud to mention the name everywhere we went. Brothers who commute from other towns are not familiar with the name Atobreko, but just mention koti suaba and you are safe.
Names can be very deceptive. So the next time you hear of any name, be it a community or a person, just find out the meaning and history. Because name might sound something else, very remote from what it really means. In Athalia Kwanzaa, Joy News, koti suaba, Western Region.